Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to La Jaula, the home of the Westland Wildcats here on opening afternoon. Let me start by introducing your I Matter players, your bench players. Number 10, AJ Gomez. Number 2, C. Jimenez. Number 0, M. Perez. And number 4, F. Wojas. If I butchered the name, your coaches wrote it really bad. And your starters, number 2, W. Garcia. Number 24, Jose Banks. Number 13, N. Branford. Number 1, Esperacia. And number 23, K. Gonzalez. And now to introduce your home Westland Wildcats on opening day or opening afternoon. Waiting for my musical cue. Okay. First, introducing our bench players. Number 1, Yaniel Barrera. Number 22, Eddie Echevarria. Number 50, the big boy, Abraham Francois Harris. Number 12, Josue Paloma. Number 11, Genoa Parks. Number 45, Bruce Tamayo. And now for your starting lineup. At small forward, number 10, Christopher Diaz. At power forward, number 23, from the city of Hialeah, obviously, Amaury Ordóñez. At point guard, number 2, Michael Romero. At shooting guard, number 30, Kevin, the real deal, Villarreal. And at center, number 3, Alexander Rodriguez. Welcome again. This is, we started the game. As you saw, there was no jump ball. That's due to COVID-19 pandemic. They have eliminated the jump ball. They basically give the ball to the away team, and the Matter Knights are pushing the ball along, driving in number 2, and he scores the first basket of the season. I Matter takes a 2-0 lead. That is number 3 now with the ball, Alexander. And there seems to be a foul. Foul was on the Westland Wildcats. Looks like for a push. So I Matter will inbound the ball and bring it down the court. They are going right to left on your screen. I Matter pushes it around the outside. Keeps passing, trying to penetrate. That ball is tipped. Recovered by the same guy. Post inside, and it looks like he is fouled. It's going to be a push on number 23. Oh, I'm sorry. It was an offensive foul. Or maybe not. It was a foul on Westland. I believe it was number 30 with his first foul. Matter again is trying to penetrate. Passes across, brings it in, shoots it in, and it is, and they turn it over back to number 2. Takes a 3-point shot, and it is no good. And it is rebounded, and there is a tussle for it, and it is called I Matter ball. I Matter will inbound. Number 23 gives it to number 2, who takes the three-point shot, and it is no good. Westland Hialeah is trying to bring the ball down. This is Michael with the ball. Gives it to Rodriguez. Not your normal typical center. Probably about a foot shorter than most centers, but very good with the ball. Michael brings it inside, takes the shot, is rebounded and recovered by Villarreal. And Alexander throws one up, and it is off the rim. And number 3 gets the rebound. They bring it down the court. They penetrate in the key, and it is swatted away by number 23 by Mr. Ordonez. Says that is not good here. I Matter has the ball again, is inbounding. There is a timeout called by the coach from I Matter. It is a coach's timeout, which means it will be a 30-second timeout. Again, as you can see, or you can't see, we have a packed house here at La Jaula. Actually, don't have any fans because we're not allowed to have spectators. Okay, and we are back in play. Passes out to number 2, who sends it out to the corner to number 1, who takes a three-point shot, and it is off the mark. Rebound by 23. Brought back to the guy who shot the last 3. Takes it inside and looks like he picks up the foul. A blocking foul on number 23 picks up the foul. Might be his second one of the game. Has to be careful. You only get 5 in high school. It is a shooting foul, which means he will get 2 free throws from the line. And the first free throw is no good. As I said, you only get 5 fouls, so the Coach Murray makes a substitution, bringing in number 30 into the game, bringing Kevin Villarreal to replace number 23. Who is now in foul trouble. And the second free throw does not go in either. Number 45, Bruce Tamayo, picks up the rebound on the free throw. And there is another tussle for the ball. He's got it outside to 45, and they lose control of it, and it stays Westland ball. Inbound is to number 2, who slips. He's now in trouble, needs help. Needs to pass the ball out. And looks like he steps out of bounds. I Matter takes the ball in, throws to the deep corner. Tries to throw it on the inside into the key, and it misses. Has a trailer that picks up the rebound and shoots, but is not able. Jump ball is called. Ball will stay with I Matter, I believe. Okay, Westland gets the ball. I guess the possession arrow had not been changed. So Westland will now inbound the ball into 30, and that is a walking foul. Did make attempt to move without dribbling the ball. Again, 3 minutes have gone by in this first quarter, and the score is 2-0. Matter has been able to get a lot of their offensive rebounds, leading to other shots, and that was an easy pass to the key to pick up the easy shot inside to give them a 4-0 lead. Very sloppy basketball that is being played here. Obviously, very much expected on the first game of the season, probably for both teams. Teams really haven't been in a game situation yet. Alexander Rodriguez with the steal and is fouled by number 23 of iMatter. It is not a shooting foul, so Westland will get the ball on the side. And there is a timeout by Westland. Thank you for whoever is out there watching us for going go number 2. Yes, we are cheering for Michael Romero along with all the other players. Right now with 4 minutes and a half to go in the first quarter, iMatter leads 4-0. Again, like I said, first game of the season for the Wildcats and possibly for the iMatter. And so there has been a little bit of sloppy play on both ends. Referee does give a warning to number 23 to keep his distance. Passes it to number 1. They seem to be having a full court press, and they do get him to step out. Turning the ball over to Matter. Oh, wait. Well, I guess I was wrong on the call. Hold on. Other referee is calling. Seems like there was actually a foul on the iMatter team. Again, like I said, early season jitters. The referee is now, telling the players the correct protocol as to when to enter. Number 23 comes out for number 4. And Westland now tries to bring the ball down. They are trying to do a full court press. And again, being this early in the season, the team is having trouble. They did get past the half stripe. Rodriguez with the ball, trying to make something out of nothing, and passes it out of bounds. Four minutes into the game, and Westland really has only had one clear shot at the basket. And iMatter with at least their third three-point attempt. And they call a double dribble. Ball will be turned over to Westland. Again, as I said, first game of the season for the Wildcats. And it is, you can definitely see the cobwebs. Haven't played in a game situation. Referee stops the game again, allowing the player to come in and replace. Westland ball again, knocked up by iMatter. The ball is inbounded to number 3, who is double teamed and loses the ball. Number 24 tries to drive in, is stripped of the ball, but iMatter retains possession. Inside, number 22 with a give and go, and it does not go. Again, this full court press is really, really hurting the Wildcats as they can't get clear to take a shot. Seems like now they have some space. We're able to pass it around. Number 12 is in trouble. Passes it to number 1. Foul on number 24 from iMatter. Michael comes in again, replacing number 3, Alex Rodriguez. Ball is inbounded. Has it at the top of the key. Still having a lot of pressure. Kicks it out, passes it around, and it is another travel by number 12. Imatter brings the ball down the court, fakes a pass to the right, makes it to the left, and then throws it inside to number 4, who then gives it back out to number 2, who drives into the key and is able to lay it up for the score. Imatter now leads 6-0, and that pass is inadvertently but then taken back by Westland. Being able to bring the ball down the court, and the ball is blocked by number 2. But Imatter retains possession. Number 10 coming into the game now, Christopher Diaz seeing his first action, replacing Yaniel Barrera. And number 4 is able to pick up the pass inside the paint and score the easy basket, and now extend the lead to 8-0. Again, Imatter very active on the boards on the offensive side and getting a lot of offensive rebounds. And number 4 calls for the offensive foul. Westland will take the ball. Westland does have to try to get this ball in and try to set up a play to get a good, clean shot off. They seem to be a little out of their sorts. Again, like I said, this is the first game of the season. A lot of times teams will use the full court press or a press of some sort to get teams that have not practiced in game situations. The steal inside to number 2. And the foul is on the floor. And the foul is on Westland on number 2. A three-point attempt by number 2, and that is the first three-pointer of the game. Matter, I believe, is about 1 for 6 or 1 for 7 from three-point range. And Westland just cannot break the press. Having trouble breaking the press, bringing the ball down. Passes it to number 12, who gives it to number 2, who takes the three-pointer, and it is off. Matter brings the ball down, passes it across to the right, inside to the key, and it is stepped outside. Westland with the ball, tries to bring it in the key. Again, the pressure is just too much for Westland to be able to get a clean shot. The ball is out of bounds and retained by Westland. And Westland is able to retain the ball. A three-point shot from the corner. It is out, but number 45 is there to clean it up. And number 45, Bruce Tamayo, with the first points for the Westland season. Also picks up the rebound on the other side. Michael bringing the ball down, having a little more success breaking the press. Takes a three-point shot, and it's just a bit short. Matter brings the ball down, gives it to that number 2 guy who has been their probably best rebounder and shooter. Three-point shot hits the rim, picked up by number 12, looking for some help. Tries to do the cross and is fouled by number 2. There is a substitution for Matter. 22 is going out. Coming in is number 0. Michael bringing the ball, asking for help. Gets past the half-court stripe. I don't exactly know what happened, but it was some kind of a foul on iMatter, possibly for an illegal substitution. So Westland retains the ball with 11.1 seconds to go. Hopefully they can manage to get one good shot off at least before. Number 12 with the ball. 2 seconds to go. And it gets off, and it is no good. End of the first quarter. Westland trails 11-2. Again, this is the end of the first quarter of Westland boys basketball. Very sloppy first quarter. Very sloppy first quarter for really both teams. But Matter has been able to clean up the glass on the offensive side and has been able to bring the ball down and try to get some good looks at the basket. Westland has had trouble bringing that ball down, breaking that press, and was able to get, one good basket with number 45, Bruce Tamayo. Which one? And we're back. iMatter tries to hook it around, and it does not go. Ball is given to Michael. Mr. Romero bringing the ball down. Asking for people to move, to give him opportunities. Number 10 passes it to 30, tries to come in, gives it back to 10. Remember, in high school, there is no shot clock. So as long as you're not being guarded, Michael brings it in and is fouled on the drive. So Westland shooting their first free throws of the day. And we need to make these count. Very important that you make the free throws count. Misses both free throws. Is able to be rebounded by number 13. And there is a walking on number 4. Westland will get the ball. There is a substitution for iMatter. Number 4 comes out. It's replaced by number 2. Westland bringing the ball down. Again, it is Michael. It is Romero with the ball, bringing it down. Gets past the half stripe. Adrian makes a short little pass. 3-point shot, and it is good. Nothing but net for Mr. Romero, who now leads the Wildcats with 3 points. Couple of bounces there, and Westland was the last one to touch it, therefore staying with iMatter. Score now is 11-5. iMatter gets it in, throws it back in. Easy basket right outside the key for number 24. Extend their lead now to 13-5. Pass is inbound. The pass is inbounded to to Alexander, who takes it out. Three-point shot, and they drain it. That is 2 threes in a row. That one by number 30. That one by Kevin, the real deal, Villarreal. Number 12 post up, misses. Rodriguez bringing the ball down. Does have somebody by him. Takes it in, gets fouled, takes the shot. Will be shooting 2 shots. And Mr. Rodriguez drains the first free throw. Again, these are shots that have to be made. You have to cash in on these free throw opportunities. And there is some kind of violation while he misses the the free throw. It is now 13-9. Number 2 brings the ball down for Imatter, shoots inside the key for another easy basket. Seems to be some kind of defensive breakdown there. Ball is tipped on the inbounds. Again, given to 24, pretty much in the same spot, extending the lead to 17-9. And Westland does call a timeout to try to figure out what's going on. It is a coach's timeout, so it will be a short 30-second timeout. Right now, Coach Murray is trying to instruct the boys on how to break the press and how to play within their limits. Looks like Big Boys just checked in, I think for the first time today. Big Boy was on our JV team a couple years ago and was pretty successful inside the paint, both rebounding and scoring. Long pass. And it seems like it is not touched by anybody but an Imatter player. So that is one way to break the press. Michael with the inbound to 23. 23 takes it inside and lays it up. Number 2 bringing the ball down and is fouled. Will be shooting 2. Foul is on number 23. Believe it's the second or third in the game. And Matter misses that first free throw. And makes the second one count. The lead now is 18-9. Again, Matter showing a full court press. Having to throw the ball long. Ball does come in, and there's a scramble on the floor, and it is called a jump ball. Jump ball. Believe the ball will stay in Westland possession. There is no replay in high school. Westland brings the ball in. Michael brings it in, gives it to Rodriguez. (23) with the block. That is, want to say 3 or 4. Referee asked for the change. Westland playing with the jumbo package out there now. Should be able to pick up a couple of rebounds this time. Imatter should not have their way along the boards. And they penetrate, and there is Abraham with his first rebound. Gets it out. Passes to Abraham, and it is stripped away. And he lays that up. Alexander almost being triple teamed. Does get it to Francois. Passes it to Michael. Three-point shot is short. Don't know what the call was. Guess it was an offensive foul on iMatter, giving the ball back to the Wildcats. The Wildcats get the pass to Michael, who then gives it to Rodriguez, who takes a three-point, and it is waved off for traveling. The basket was good, but it is waved off for traveling. 4:43 left here in the second quarter. iMatter leads 20-9. iMatter brings the ball into 24, who gives it back to number 2, which has pretty much been him and 24 that have done most of the damage for iMatter. 13 draws a defender, passes it out to the corner, takes it back, and is not good, but is able to pick up his own rebound again. There is a foul on number 10. Looks like number 10, it will be a shooting foul. Both teams are in the bonus. And that first basket is good. And again, something that should not happen. iMatter is able to pick up their own offensive rebound on a free throw and then toss it out for a three-pointer that scores. Rodriguez with the ball, takes it in, and is not able to make it. iMatter's bringing the ball down. Number 2 comes to the outside, passes it to 22, who gives it at the key to 13. Ball is stripped away. Wildcats, and the pass is just a bit too outside. He's trying to get it to number 1, which would have been an easy layup. But I guess, again, first game jitters, too much energy, too much adrenaline. Number 2 has the ball on the left side of the three-point line, stays inside, and gets their offensive rebound once more. And there's an offensive foul on 13. Looks like an elbow. And iMatter coach calls a full timeout with 3 minutes and 26 seconds to go in this first quarter. This timeout courtesy by Quill and Scroll. Thank you for Quill and Scroll for providing this live streaming opportunity for those parents, students, and fans from Wildcat Country who obviously are not able to join us at these games because of the COVID pandemic. But hopefully you're enjoying the game at home. We will be having a guest color commentator coming on board in the next week or so to try to cover some of these games and some of the other winter sports like soccer, boys and girls, and also girls basketball. So be on the lookout for our color commentator, Espy. That's all I'm going to tell you. You can figure out that when you catch us on probably next week and one of these games. The ball is brought down by Westland, trying to penetrate, having trouble, and his foot was out of bounds. Turnover the ball to Matter. 3:14 remains in the first half. Matter with a 15-point lead. Passes to the top of the key. And if foul is there, the basket is a miss by number 13. But Matter just having just too easy work in the paint and also on the offensive boards. That is Matter's, I believe, 5th free throw made. Westland is only shooting 1 out of 4 from the stripe, from the charity stripe, and makes that one count too. Alexander having some issue handling the ball, but Alexander throws one up and almost does go in, but does not. 13 with the rebound, passes it to number 2, who drives in and misses the basket. Rodriguez is stripped from the back. Ball is in play. It's still number 2. Follows up the rebound by number 24 and makes it. Very emphatic after that score. Errant pass by Westland. Out of bounds. Turns the ball over to Matter. Matter making a couple of substitutions. Actually, pretty mass substitutions. Taking in 3 players out. 2:19 to go in this first half. Number 10 brings the ball down. Passes it to number 4, who shoots a 3 and misses. Off the glass, but not really that close. Number 10 gives it to number 1, who dribbles once and gives it back to number 10. Pass across to the corner and off the rim. Matter with the rebound, bringing the ball back down, gives it to 22, who feeds it to number 0, sets the pick for him, shoots a 3, and it is off of the rim. The ball is brought forward to number 3 and misses the shot, picks up the rebound, takes it to the top of the key, number 30, also off of the rim. Matter with the ball, shoots it to the corner, brings it inside the key, and I believe there was a foul there, some contact. Foul was on number 30, Kevin Villarreal, who does have 3 of the points for the Westland Wildcats. Matter misses that free throw. Abraham comes back into the game. They make sure they put him next to the bigger of the 2 to try to box out and make sure they can't get this rebound if they do miss the free throw. Again, the rebounds and the offensive boards have really been hurting Westland. Westland does make, not Westland, sorry, Matter does make that free throw to extend the lead to 29-9. 1 minute, 20 seconds to go in the first half. And the ball is inbounded by Michael to Alexander and goes back to Michael. Michael gives it to Alexander. Alexander at the top of the key, looking, feeds it to Michael. Michael looking for an open shot, gives it to Alexander. Alexander is double teamed, gives it back to Michael. Michael does break in, but loses the handle, and it is knocked out by Matter. Westland ball with 1 minute, 20 seconds to go. Abraham will be inbounding the ball. He gives it to number 3, and it's just high, but does stay in Westland as number 12 is there to pick it up. Back to Michael at the point. Michael is working on the point guard, gives it to Alexander. Alexander attempts, and it is a travel by Alexander. Now, it probably would have ended up as a jump ball, but there was a travel call. 10 gives it to 23, who gives it back to 10. Obviously, Westland has not put in a press at all. Number 23 with the three-point shot, and it is good, extending their lead to 23. Definitely coaches on the Westland side will have to make some adjustments at the half to be able to break the press, be able to get some boards off Matter misses, and not allow Matter to get these easy baskets in the paint. This is a shooting foul, so Michael will go to the stripe for 2. Matter takes 23 out of the game, bringing in number 4. Like I said, these shots from the charity stripe are key. Michael makes the first one, gets us into double digits. It was a 1-on-1 situation, so Michael will get another free throw. And with that free throw, Wildcats are now shooting 50% from the charity stripe, bringing the game a little bit closer. Number 22 from the outside misses. And again, Matter is able to pick up the rebound. Something that is really hurting the Wildcats. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Number 22 has the ball, gives it inside at the key to number 4. Drives in, and there is a foul, a blocking foul. Probably be on number 50. It is on number 50, a blocking foul on Abraham. That is his first foul of the game. Number 10 is at the free throw line now for Matter. 19 seconds, 19.1 seconds to go. And he makes that free throw. Matter don't have the numbers in front of me, but they're shooting probably well over 50% from the free throw line. And makes the second one count. So Westland trails 33-11 with 15 seconds to go in the half. Alexander with the ball inside of 10 seconds, and it is stripped away from him. 22, that should have been a high dribble, but it is not called. 1.7 seconds to go, and the heave, and it is no good. So at the half, Matter leads 36-11. Again, Westland will have a lot to talk about at halftime. How to keep Matter off the boards on the offensive side. How to be able to break the press and hopefully bring this game closer. So just over 1 minute to go before the half ends. Right now, a la jaula, the Hialeah. Michael leads the scoring with 6 points for the Wildcats. Number 30 with 3 and number 45 with 2. The Wildcats shooting 50% from the charity stripe. Do have quite a little bit of work to do in this second half to try to bring this game closer and try to possibly open up. Ten seconds to go before we're back on. iMatter will be getting the ball back. And there's the horn as we're going to start the second half. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5 in the corner. Everyone's got their players on the court. Abraham starts the game at the second half at center. Number 2 with the ball. Really has been the thorn for the Wildcats. Most active player on all sides of the ball. Abraham tries the swat and misses. And put my glasses on. Number 13 is able to bring that in and score, extending the iMatter lead. Rodriguez with the ball, trying to do something with the ball, loses the handle on it. Number 2 who takes it in and lays it up. Pass to inbound to Michael, brings it down the court and is not able to get the shot off. And the ball does go over to iMatter. Again, hopefully, first game jitters, and hopefully they'll calm down now in the second half and be able to produce a little bit more. And iMatter just able to get into that paint and get those shots off the glass to extend the lead even further. Seems like Michael and Alexander have pretty much been on the court the entire game. And that little noise is courtesy of the athletic department. Big boy inside, too hard off the glass. And iMatter, and there is some kind of a travel. Ball is coming back to Westland. That little beep you heard was courtesy of the athletic department. That means Miss Rodriguez has walked too far from the speaker. Michael brings the ball down, goes past the half stripes, gives it to Alexander, and is tripped up, and there will be a loose ball, or actually a jump ball, which obviously we are not having in this pandemic time. So the ball will stay with Westland. Westland will stay. Alexander does come out of the game, replaced by number 1, Yaniel Barrera. Abraham with the pass to Michael, back to Abraham. Abraham bringing it inside and does get it off the glass. Big boy delivers. Passed inside the paint, and he's able to get inside. It does miss. It does look like Westland did work out the offensive rebound kinks. They were able to prevent them from getting inside so easily. Very sloppy basketball on both sides. Mikel brings the ball down on a pass from Abraham, takes it inside, and is able to not make that basket. Not a friendly roll. And he lays short. Abraham with the rebound, gives it to number 12, who gives it to Mikel, who brings it up the court. 3-point shot, and it is good. 3-point shot by number 1. Yaniel Barrera with the three-pointer. Hopefully there's a lot more where that came from. Number 10 with the ball, passes it inside to 1. Spins around, tries to penetrate, passes it to 24 inside, and again, the defense breaks up when they get inside the paint and cannot prevent the easy basket. Mikel passes it to number 12, Josue, who now has the ball. He's got Abraham in one corner. And the ball is tipped by iMatter and stays with Westland. You have 4 substitutions coming in for iMatter, 80% of their team being replaced, and 1 substitution for Westland. You have number 10, Christopher Diaz, coming into the game. Abraham taking a seat. Christopher with the inbounds to number 12, Josue, who gives it to number 1, Yaniel. Back to number 10, Christopher. Tries to bring it in, passes it to the corner. Quick passes to Mikel and misses the 3-point opportunity. iMatter bringing the ball. Number 10 goes into the paint, misses the rebound. But again, big problem for Westland. Number 10 is able to pick up his own offensive rebound and extend the possession longer until one of the iMatter players is fouled by number 1. And it is a shooting foul, so there will be 2 baskets, 2 shots from the free throw line. Four minutes and 12 seconds into the third quarter. Westland 16, iMatter 44. And iMatter keeps cashing in those free throws. Another free throw from the charity stripe does go in. They are definitely working on that free throw line. Been very successful today. For those of you just joining us, we will have a guest commentator coming on board next week. Goes by the name of Espy. That's all I can tell you. And that free throw is missed, and Westland is able to get the rebound with some difficulty. Brought down the middle and misses. Is able to recover and then turns the ball over. Recovered again by Westland. And number 3, Alexander, was pushed out by number 0, I believe. Number 0. So that will be a foul on number 0. Christopher will be inbounding. Mr. Diaz will be inbounding. Gives it to number 3, right by the paint, and it is just short, and it is off of white, iMatter ball. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Very active in the paint, iMatter. Able to drive in and find the easy shots. And it was last touched by a Westland Wildcat. So it remains iMatter ball. Again, pass right inside the paint. Does not make it. But the very sloppy dribbling. Passes it out to Rodriguez. And there's a traveling call on Rodriguez. There's a delay of game call on Westland. I guess we're putting the ball down on the ground. iMatter brings the ball across the center stripe. It's pressured by number 30. High arcing shot is rebounded by Westland. And again, Mikel with the handle, bringing it down the court. 30 takes a shot, and it's off the front of the rim. Again, we are not penetrating at all. And again, inside the paint, iMatter with the ball and makes the easy basket. Seems like Westland has been able to stop the offensive rebounds for iMatter, but is still giving up baskets that are way too easy. Ball comes off of Rodriguez's knee, goes out of bounds, turned over to Imatter. Imatter brings the ball down, long pass inside the key, does miss the shot. Number 10 gets the rebound. Alexander bringing the ball down, passes it out to number 30, and he loses the ball on a bad pass. There is a foul on number 1. So Imatter will get the ball with 2 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the third quarter. Substitution for the Wildcats. Josue comes in for number 30, Kevin. Number 4 with the ball at the top of the key is able to drive in and is fouled. Is fouled as he drove in and will be a shooting foul. So he will get 2 shots at the free throw stripe. Number 4 drains that first free throw. And go ahead and make the second one. And there's a foul on Imatter, and Westland will get the ball. Westland inbounds the ball. Michael with the handle. And Christopher loses the handle, turns it over, and it is an easy layup for Imatter's number 1, extending the lead. Alexander with a 3-point attempt, and it is way off. And Imatter bringing the ball down. Again, another easy layup inside the paint. Michael with the ball at the top of the key, and that pass is intercepted and brought down the court for the easy layup. Alexander with a 3-point attempt, and it is good. And there is a timeout. I don't know what it's the call. There was some kind of foul called on Alexander. Don't know exactly what the call was, but he did make the 3-pointer. Oh, it was a technical foul. That's what it was. That's why you see the Imatter player shooting with nobody there, and he misses both of them. And that will bring us to the close of the third quarter. At the end of the third quarter, Imatter with a sizable lead. So much so that we will have a running clock for this fourth quarter. Again, a running clock by FHSA rules. Once a team has a lead of a certain number, the clock will run except for timeouts, whether it be an injury or a coach's timeout. Other than that, the clock will run without stopping. So pretty much set your time right now. It is now 4:37, so about 4:47, I'd say, this game will be over. Again, Westland will have a lot of work to do. Still very early in their season. This is their first game of the season. Did not have a preseason classic or anything. So really this is the first game experience that Westland has at all. You have some players on the field, on the court, I'm sorry, that still are on the field for our football team. So again, some of these athletes are doing dual sports at the same time because the seasons have overlapped. Again, due to the pandemic, the fall seasons did start later than usual, and the winters were a little bit late in starting, but not as much, so there is some overlap. Mikel with the ball at the top of the key, gives it to Christopher, and is able to salvage that poor pass. Christopher brings it inside. It's too hard off the glass. Long pass to number 1. Tries to dunk, but is unsuccessful. Very sloppy play again. Mikel kicks it by accident. Is able to recover. Abraham inside the paint. Passes it out. Number 30 with the shot. Off the rim. Another long pass. And it is blocked by Mikel. Ball goes out. Stays with I Matter. Under 7 minutes to go. Mikel all in the guy's grill, is able to get the shot off, does miss, but there's a foul. It will be a 2-shot foul. I want to take this moment to thank our security services today. Mario Suarez, a Westland alumni, providing security at today's game. And I Matter, again, making it count at the charity stripe, draining those free throws. And makes the second one count. Abraham brings the ball out to number 1, Yaniel, who's bringing it down. Pass is to Christopher, trying to look for a screen, and no communication there. Throws it to where Yaniel was, but I guess he did not expect it. I Matter inbounds the ball, brings it across half court. Number 2 is called for a carry. Inbounds from number 12 to number 1. Bringing it up past half court. Passes it to Abraham at the top of the key, who passes it out to 30, who takes the 3 and drains it. Timeout taken by I Matter. Coach's timeout, full timeout. Again, as you see, this is a few times that this clock will stop in this quarter because we do have a running clock. And no matter how close the game may get, the clock will not stop running unless for a timeout, whether it be a coach's timeout or an injury timeout. Okay, I Matter with the ball. 23 gives it to number 2, which really has been the nemesis for the Wildcats. Number 4 passes it out to number 8, who gives it back to 2. 2 passes it out to number 4, takes the 3-point shot. Again, I Matter able to get their offensive rebound. Even with Abraham inside, they're still able to get the rebound. Christopher picks up that rebound, given to Yaniel, who will bring the ball up. Who gives it to Christopher. Christopher trying to look for a pick. Number 30 tried to move before he had the ball. And Yaniel picks up the foul on number 2 on the layup. Will be shooting 2. Under 4 minutes to go now in the fourth quarter. I guess I sound like a broken record. You make those free throws count, builds up. And the last 4 free throws for the iMatter have gone in. Probably shooting somewhere in the range of 70% for the game from the stripe. And they've been there quite a bit today. Pass to Christopher, spins around, takes a shot at a 3 off the rebound. Westland is able to get their own rebound. Passes it to the corner, number 30 with the shot. Misses, but 10 is there and can't get it in. So iMatter gets the ball again, is bringing it up half court. Passes it out to number 4 to the corner. Shot hits the rim. Abraham is able to clean up the rebound. Abraham now gets the ball, passes it back to 30. 30 feeds it to Christopher inside the paint and is not able to finish it. And the ball is going to stay with Westland, I believe. Okay, Westland throws the ball out to Mikel. The three-pointer is short. Pass was tipped in on the way in. Number 4 loses the handle momentarily. There's a scramble in the middle of the court. Picked up by Mikel, gives it to number 30. Number 30 takes it in too hard off the glass. Just over 2 minutes to go. Number 4 has it in the paint, is not able to finish it off. And ball will go out to Westland. Under 2 minutes to go. Westland trails 59-24. Again, there's a lot of room to grow from this game. It is the first game of the year. Mikel has the ball at the top, passes it to number 12, who takes the shot. Number 1 is able to pick up the rebound underneath. Yaniel with the putback for 2 points. And number 13 just backs his way in and says, "This is mine," and brings the basket in. Just over 1 minute, Mikel drives in, dishes to the corner. Number 10 with a 2-point basket just inside of the 3-point circle. Pass to number 4 on the right side. Attempts the 3 is no good. Ball goes to Mikel. The rebound was by Yaniel. Mikel brings the ball up. 49 seconds to go. Number 12 has the ball. Thinks. 30 in the corner. Shoots. Misses. Christopher is there for the rebound. Feed out to Yaniel, who takes the 3. And it hits off the rebound. And iMatter is able to pick up the ball. Pass is stolen by Mikel, who feeds it to number 30, who is too long on the 3-point attempt. Just 20 seconds to go in this game. Again, there is a running clock, so we may not see another shot taken in this game. 8 seconds to go. It looks like iMatter will just hold the ball and wait for the final whistle. And that is the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Again, final score, iMatter 61, Westland Wildcats 26. Again, first game of the season for both, at least for Westland. Boys exchange some handshakes, sportsmanship. Always very good to see sportsmanship on both sides. Players are putting on their mask. And a lot of room to grow, a lot of room to improve here for the Westland Wildcats. This is C-Note signing off from La Jaula.